next practice. So, one thing we understood, what we understood that we are human beings. Our mind is highly developed. So we can regulate the breath, we can change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Animals can't do it. So, then I would say in Tantra there are 135 different practices of pranayama. So it depends on what is pranayama. You change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. We have changed the rate and the rhythm of the breath from the rib cage, from the belly, from the both. That also comes under pranayama. So it does not. Hatha yoga has different ways of doing the pranayama. Raja yoga has different ways of doing the pranayama. Tantra yoga has different ways of doing the pranayama. So first we will go to the third practice, which is simple, and then we will understand that these practices we can do in our daily life. Whenever you are tired, you need little more energy, you need relaxation, you need the brain should be refreshed. So that is what we are going to do. But we will do it with understanding and our experience. And we will see what happens. So, first, in the first step, what we will do, we will put our hands on the rib cage and we will do quick, short, and the fast breathing for 1 minute. And after that, we will just bring the hands down and we will just feel the changes. Then we will put our hands on the belly. All the fingers are spread. We will do 1 minute of quick and the fast breathing from the belly only. What it means by doing the rib cage, that when you inhale, so your chest should expand and contract. When you are doing with the belly, so your belly, you inhale, the belly comes out, you exhale, the belly goes in. And then we will do with both. So first we fasted as so 3 minutes. But in every practice, we do nothing at least for a minute or more than a minute. And you will find the whole body, the mind is relaxed, the brain is refreshed. So just close your eyes and be comfortable and bring your both the hands on the rib cage. So you are bringing both the hands, they are spread over. Because why? Because we have to do the chest rib cage breathing or the chest breathing. How we have to do? We have to do it with quick, short, and the fast breath. So let us start doing quick, fast, and the short breath from the rib cage. And stop it. Bring your hands down. Do nothing. Just observe. What do you observe? That how this breathing is influencing my body, my brain, Just eyes remain closed and just observe, feel the changes, the freshness. Yes, sometime even the 1 minute becomes a very big deal, but it is good. It is good to do it in the beginning. Just doing nothing, moving the mind on the head and the neck, on the right arm, left arm, rib cage, belly, right leg, left leg, entire body, and we find the change, and that change is really good. Yeah, for adult, healthy, or any healthy kid or the being can do this. Now put your hands on the belly. All the fingers are spread over the belly. Why we do it? So that we know that we are breathing from the belly. Every breath going into the belly expands, and every breath coming out of the belly contracts. Let us start. It is little deeper breath, but the fast. Continue. Good. Continue. And leave this. Bring your hands down. Eyes remain closed. You are wonderful. You have understood it clearly, and now do nothing. Just move the mind on the head and the neck all around. Feel the changes that is happening inside the head, maybe in terms of the freshness. Right arm outside and inside. Left arm outside and inside. Rib cage outside and inside. We feel the sensation by which we know, is there any change or not? Belly outside and inside. Right leg outside and inside. That becomes a practice. And even these practices, when you do it regularly, you can even breathe very quick and fast. You can increase the duration, and that has many other benefits. Left leg and all around the body. Now, to practice it correctly, put your right hand on the rib cage, all fingers are spread, and the left hand on the belly. So now we will do the long and the fast breathing, both from the belly and the chest. As you inhale, first you inhale into the belly and the chest, exhale from the belly and the chest. So let us start doing for a minute. Noisy breath. You do it faster. Yes. Very good. That's beautiful. Beautiful. That's good. And stop this. Do nothing. Just experience the change in the body. experience the change in the body. First, moving the mind on the head and the neck, outside and inside. You'll find calmness, relaxation, freshness. Move the mind on the right arm, outside and inside. We should not do, at least for first 5 or 6 weeks, more than a minute. And then find the calmness and relaxation. Then move the mind on the left arm. Be there. Just feel outside the left arm and outside the right arm. Inside on the rib cage, and then belly, right leg outside. Feel the relaxation and the sensation, and inside you may find the calmness. In left leg outside and inside. Do nothing. Again, look at the breath. The breath normally becomes deeper by itself. That is the beauty. When we do like this, we remove the impurities in the mind, and that mind becomes pure. It gives a very deep sense of relaxation and calmness. Just do nothing. Remain as you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind to the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences and bring the hands down. How do you feel?
Good.
Good, you became totally fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one. Now let us go to the page 8 or practice number 6, known as Kapalbhati. Now let us do some traditional practices. We will do other practices later. Kapalbhati. It is from Hatha Pradipika, the verse number 35. So if you read the English, what it says: when inhalation and exhalation are done very quickly, like a pair of bellows of a blacksmith. Do you have you heard about it? Blacksmith, they have a bellows and
Mm-hmm.
they move it. It makes a sound.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if you look at the verse, it says inhalation and exhalation are performed very quickly, like a pair of bellows of a blacksmith. And then it says benefit. It dries up all the disorders from the axis of phlegm and is known as Kapalbhati. So it means if we have cold, cough, seasonal cough, it helps a great deal. So it helps a great deal. So now let us pick up how we do it in the step one. We become comfortable completely. And then we become aware of the belly breathing, whether we are breathing from the belly or not. Then what happens? We deeply inhale into the belly and exhale very fast. Fast expulsion of the breath. So we pay more attention on the fast expulsion of the breath. Huh? And we allow the inhalation to go on its own. So now there are a couple of points to be understood. The first point, that normally, do you remember how the healthy adult human being breathes 18 to 21 breaths per minute? So in the beginning, our 1 minute, in 1 minute, we do this breathing maybe 40 times. For about a week, then we can increase it to 60 or 75 breath per minute. Quick, fast. So we pay attention to what we pay attention? We pay attention to the expulsion of the breath. From where? From the belly. So remember, belly, bellows, belly, bellows. Bellows of a blacksmith. So that becomes Kapalbhati practice. Are you ready to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. Close your eyes. So, first we close our eyes and we are comfortable. We become comfortable. Comfortable? You look at the neck joint, feel the sensation, comfortable and steadiness. Always remember when I say being comfortable, we move the mind on different joints, we experience the comfort. Move the mind on the shoulder joints and be there. We feel the sensation. We are comfortable and there is a sense of steadiness is there. Move the mind on the hip joint. We feel the sensation. We are comfortable and there is a sense of steadiness. Looking at the entire body, mind moves on the body. That is the meaning you are looking at the body, or awareness of the entire body. And you feel now body is settled, It is comfortable. We always should understand clearly that perfection means perfection of any meditative asana helps us to succeed in pranayama. And this is sukhasana is also a meditative posture. So why it is said the body should be totally comfortable, can retain the steadiness. Now in the second step, look at the breath. We have done the first practice, looking at the breath, feeling the sensation, doing nothing. Just for a few seconds or a minute, we want to be sure that in the state of the steadiness, we are watching and feeling the breath. Now, in the next step, we become aware of the breath. If the breath going into the belly, coming out of the belly, if it is not, it is good to inhale a little deeper into the belly and exhale from the belly. Why? Our mind should be with the breath. We are breathing a little deeper into the belly and then we are exhaling from the belly. Why we are doing this? We are doing this to do the Kapalbhati. Why we are doing such a deep, silent, and slow breath into the because we want to raise our awareness. Why we want to raise our awareness? We can do that. We are a human being. We don't want to do it habitually, mechanically, in laziness and sleepiness. That is why we are raising our awareness. And now start expulsion of the fast expulsion of the breath. Forcibly you breathe out. Don't worry about inhalation will happen on its own. Good. And stop this. Do nothing. We remain in that state. Rather, we move the mind on the head and the neck outside. We experience relaxation. We move the mind inside the head and the neck. We experience the calmness. It is not that, no, let me do the practice, couple of breath, and then I don't feel. No. We have, we ask the mind after doing the practice, is the mind there on the body, on the breath? Does it Does it feel the calmness and relaxation? That's very important. Move the mind on the right arm. Be there, feel the sensation in relaxation, and Then look inside the right arm. Be there. Feel calmness, quietness is there. Move the mind on the left arm and outside. Feel the sensation and relaxation and stillness. And inside the left arm, calmness. When we do the practice with our higher mind, means I'm a human being, I have a higher mind. Mind must be there with a clarity. If you simply breathe out, so everyone, the dog is breathing 45 breaths a minute. What a big deal. Look at the rib cage outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside, calmness. Look at the belly all around, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside, you will find the calmness. Oh, mind is looking into the space. That is a sign of calmness. So, looking at the right leg outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside, calmness and quietness. Left leg. The mind looks at the left leg, is aware it feels sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside, calmness and quietness. The entire body. From the crown of the head to the toes, move the mind with eyes closed in that state of the steadiness. When you move the mind, you find as if more sensation, tingling, erupts. It is nothing but the prana. So it means it is not only the body, not only the mind, but the prana has a bigger role in relaxation. When we do this Kapalbhati, it clears the brain from clutters. What are those clutters? Unwanted, unnecessary thought, negative thought, I'm tired, I'm not feeling good. All those thoughts goes away. And looking at the breath again for a minute. Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, bring the hands down. How are you?
Good.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Today we have done lot of breathing practices, so we will understand little deeper, and we will not do other practices today.
Okay.
So first, what is that Kapalbhati means in Sanskrit? Kapal means brain. Bhati means purification. Means what? The purification of the brain. Purification of the brain is what is known as Kapalbhati. You can, even if you want to write down, you can write down. So, Kapalbhati is known as purification of the brain. Now, see that sometime people think that, oh, it's all the breathing practices. My brain, my breath is right, all right. So why should I do the breathing? No, we should do practice regularly to keep our brain and the mind clear from the clutters. What are those clutters? Feeling a sense of anxiety, a sense of conflict, agitated, tiredness or laziness. It is better to do the these breathing practices. So if we return to the first practice, or even before that, if we started our breathing, what did we understand? First thing we understand that when a dog looks into the mirror and his tongue is outside, he is breathing, and the dog claims that the image that he is seeing is not the image, but it is a other dog. I've seen on many videos that, sometimes the dog is barking on the image, and even on the television, some dog is there, picture is there, and the dog is looking at it, and dog starts barking. And when the dog disappears, the real dog goes behind the TV to find out where is the dog. Why it happens? Because they live at a lower level of the mind. You rightly said, they do not have the level of self awareness. So we can say, first thing, that in human being the self awareness is highly developed. Clear? What is the meaning of the highly developed? I look into the mirror, I know it is not my image, it is not the another guy. Not only this, in day to day life, we separate because of that higher mind, we separate the world from us. The dog cries in pain, but he is not able to separate his body from ourselves, from himself. we can separate, we can see the problems. So that mind is able to see the breath, and then we regulate the breath. So when we regulate the breath, what is the meaning of regulation? We can change the breath the way we like. And then comes why to change the way the breath, why to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. It has benefit at the physical level, it has a benefit at the mental level, it has the benefit at the emotional level, and it also has a benefit into the brain. The last practice we have done, Kapalbhati, it purifies the brain, it removes the clutter from clutter means that is expressed through the mind, my habit, a particular habit of anxiety, negativity, reaction, they come. Kapalbhati. So now again we come to the same word, regulation of the breath. So when we have a different variation and different regulation of the breath, different ways of regulating the breath, they are known as different practices of pranayama. What is pranayama? I'll send you the audio file so that you should also listen and then answer all these questions and send it to me. So, yama. Yama means pause or control, suffix. And what is prana? Do you remember? Prana is made up of two syllables. Ra, ana. Ra means the prefix, the first. Ana means energy, first unit of energy. Now, how to understand? Uh, yeah, there is one of the oldest book known as Atharva Veda. That book is around 5,000 years old. So that says about prana. What it says? Prana virat prano deshtri pranam sarvopasate pranohu surya chandrama pranamahu prajapatim. So that will help us understand what is prana. Prano virat prano deshtri. Prana is everywhere. What it means everywhere? Is it in the earth? Yes. How do I know? Gravitational force. Prana is in the air. Yes. Air blows. Air moves. Prana is in the body. Yes. How come I know? There is a change in the body. So how do I understand prana? Where there is a change, there is prana. Have you changed? Have you grown up? Yes. How do you grow up? Because of the prana. How our mental power changes? Because of the prana. Where there is a change, there is prana. So galaxy changes, yes, prana is there. Earth changes, yes, prana is there. Plants changes, yes, prana is there. My dad becomes angry, yes, prana is there. Then he calms down, yes, prana is there. The dad doesn't become angry
Not
sometimes.
all.
You are such a good kid, so there is no reason why he should be angry. So you see, where there is a prana, I am speaking because of the prana. You are listening because of the prana. So our master, our great master says, Prano Virat. Prana is Virat everywhere. Prano Deshtri. Prana is an inspiration. Prano Virat, Prano Deshtri, Pranam Sarvapasate. That is why we say the prana is pervading everywhere. That prana is also present in the sun. That prana is also present in the moon. That is what is the understanding about prana. You may write down that prana flows into the body, there are 72,864 energy pathways, prana pathways. So that prana flows into the prana pathways. How many numbers are there? 72,864 energy pathways. Maybe I'll find, I have one picture. And all those masters, in deep meditation, they found there are five prana pathways here, and they have named it. Oh, this prana pathway is like this. This is the name of this. Here are the different pathways. In the nose, there are different prana. In the hands, there are different pranic pathways. What a beauty. How long they have done the meditation. And in that meditation, they visualize these pranic pathways and they have labeled, they have given a name of all the 72,864 energy pathways. In those days, we did not have, even microscope. But even with a microscope, you cannot see those pranic pathways. You cannot see that. Pranic pathways. Prana, prano, pranam sarv. Now, second part to understand that there is a body, outermost level, the physical body. Then we have energy body, that is known as pranic body. And after that, there is a mental body. So on outside, there is a physical body. Deeper inside, there is a mental mind. In between, the prana flows. Hmm? Prana is flowing in between the physical body and in between the mind. So mind is inside, body is outside, prana flows in between. Have you heard about psychosomatic?
Mm-hmm.
Psychosomatic. Understand, that's another part of the understanding of the prana. You're feeling angry inside. Where you feel anger? Hesitation in the mind. So when the mind is full of anxiety and anger, first it travels into the prana, energy body, and the energy body changes the body. What happens? Then you have a big face. You are upset.
Oh no.
No, no, not you are. Example, I'm
Oh,
saying. First, there is anxiety in the mind. So that anxiety travels into the energy body. That energy changes the body. And then you have a big face. And then what happens? Then the same prana travels from the body to the mind. That is known as psychosomatic. Now add psychosomatic illnesses. It is also known as stress induced problems. So what happens? Now see that. See how beautiful. You are alone, so I'll give you little more understanding. Yeah, that is wonderful. So what did we understand? That if I have any problem in the mind, that travels into the body through the prana, right? And comes back to the mind, then I feel I'm upset. My body changes, not only the face changes the gestures, but also the body finds the sense of stiffness in anger, in anxiety, in reaction. Right?
mm-hmm.
Now go little deeper. Psychosomatic means craziness of the mind travels through the prana into the body. Right? That is what we see. And then it comes back, then it becomes psychos. Now, If the prana is under your control, you block mind its anxiety to travel into the body. So when you block it, you don't allow the anger to influence your body. How it happens? You are breathing deep, silent, and slow 24 by 7. Even if the mind is upset, it will not make the body upset. Why? Because you have been regulating the breath. You have changed the rate and the rhythm of the breath. One, you are doing the practice of pranayama regularly to keep the body and the mind relaxed and calm. So what happens? Oh, there are lot of things I remember. I've done a lot of research studies in India, but uh, not I'm not going deeper in a simple way. So this is the first thing that we should understand, that if I'm doing deep, silent, slow breathing, I always tell people, check during the day, are you breathing from the belly or you are doing deep, silent, and slow breathing? Even in all the activities, it will keep the mind in check, the brain relaxed, body relaxed. Even if there are situations outside, huh, that may make the mind upset, the mind does not become upset. That is the importance of the pranayama. It is the pranayama that helps us to go into a deeper meditative state. Do you have any question in your mind? That is the understanding and the importance of pranayama. Yes, couple of things. Inhalation is known as inspiration. Exhalation is known as expiration. He has expired. Expiration. Oh, he is inspired. Inspiration. That is how we say the prana inspires. When we inhale, the prana goes into every cell of the body. We become alive. The mind leaves the entire world during inspiration, but we force the mind to continue thinking. That creates the problem. And what is it? When the breath comes out, I become aware of the entire world. That is the meaning. Prana is inspiration, prana is also expiration. Yes. And then we discussed about the lifespan and the number of breath per minute. So adult, healthy human being, their breath rate is in between 18 to 21. The dog breathes about on an average 45 breaths per minute. Turtle breathes about 3 to 5 breaths per minute. And there is a myth we have to clarify, and maybe you can check on the Google how many breaths a snake breathes. So snake also breathes little less than 3 to 5. So the myth, I'm not sure, but the myth says that the snake lives for more than 200 years. It is because of their breath rate per minute is very low, like the turtle. So now what education we learn from the turtle and the dog? If I continue to bring my breath rate down per minute, I will not live happily, healthy, but I live longer. I live longer also. So we are not saying, I think masters are saying that if you are breathing 18 to 21 breath per minute, just you start breathing 10 breath per minute during the day, 24 by 7. Oh, I remember something great I should tell you. So even if you are breathing 10 breath per minute, your breath rate was 5 breath per minute. But make it 10 breath or 12 breath per minute, maybe 2 or 3 breath less than the normal breathing. How do you know the normal breathing? Mhm. Ask your mom when you are sleeping. She should note down how you are breathing and count the number of breath per minute. Because when ask you to close your eyes and pay attention to the breath, your mind changes the breath. So we have yet to know the actual number of breath we breathe. Yes, now the most fascinating thing. It is in the text, which is also about 2000 years ago. That book is known as Swarodaya. What happens? You are breathing deep, silent, and slow. After years of practice, your breath rate is around 4 breaths in 1 minute. It's a long practice. We have to do it slowly. So after 6 months or a year, you have reached to 4 breaths per minute, 24 by 7. What happens to your brain? The master says you become a poet. Your brain becomes so much creative, harmonious, that your mind starts revealing the poetry. You breathe 3 breaths a minute. You are absorbed into a deeper meditation. You breathe only 2 breaths a minute, but we need not to do it. You are not doing by force. It's a long practice. 3 months, 6 months, a year practice, and then you reach to that state. And then what happens? The time comes when you simply breathe 1 minute in one breath. There are people. There are a couple of masters I met. They were just breathing one breath in a minute. They are totally absorbed into meditation, even with eyes open. So we can sharpen the ability of the brain. We can sharpen, we can increase, we can awaken the potential of the brain by regular practice of pranayama. And the simple ways to do it: before going to sleep, start doing deep, silent, and slow breathing. And you go into deep sleep, you will find every day the hours of the sleep will drop down. Normally, we say, no, 10 hours of sleep, that gives me the freshness. And after a few weeks, you will find you don't need that 10 hours of the sleep. Even with 9 hours, you are totally fresh. You remain totally fresh. So, like this, there are hundreds of practices that we can incorporate. You see, you are watching movie. You watch movie?
Mm-hmm.
Horror movie?
Mm-hmm.
Keep your breath deep, silent, and slow, so that horror will remain outside. You're watching, that's okay, but the impact is not there in your mind. Will not be there. Just try, do that experiment. You are walking, making a brisk walk, but make your breath a little deeper. What you will find, you can walk much longer. Why? The energy level goes up. That is why I introduced the first three and four practices, which are very simple, easy to do, anywhere, anytime. And when you follow these simple practices, you will see a tremendous change. Now, let me know if you have any question.
That makes sense.
Just try do an experiment with couple of these practices, simple first three and four practices, and let see whether the change comes or not. If the change does not come, let me know. I'll make you understand where where the thing went, how the thing should be right to bring about that change. I do almost half an hour of breathing practices daily. I devote at least minimum half an hour during the COVID. So I feel that, that will also prevent me, but also it helps my brain, my mind, my body. Huh? Before going to sleep, I go into that deeper, deep, silent, and slow breathing. I told you that instead of 100 breathing, I keep a target that I have to breathe 100 breathing. But after 20 or 15 breaths, I fall into deep sleep. So you see that importance of the breathing. Any question that comes to your mind?
I think I'm good.
Good. So look into this paper. I have put a lot of questions. So answer those questions. And I will be sending you these two audio files for your reference.